So welcome back guys in this JLPT series where you learn about Japanese. So this is our class JLPT class number 14 and it is JLPT N5 level chapter number 3, and in this class we will learn about Kono, Sono, Ano and Dono. So these words are demonstrative adjectives and used to specify objects, peoples and concepts in relation to the speaker and the listener, and they must always followed by a noun and cannot be used alone like a pronouns. Why and when it is used? So it is used to indicate the location or relationship of an object, person relative to the speaker and the listener, and they modify nouns and specify which item is being talking about and cannot be used alone and must always be attached to a noun. Let's see usage with verbs, nouns, and adjectives. So it is only used with nouns, always followed by a noun like konohon, sonohon, ano, ie, and not used with verbs and also not used with adjectives. And how it is used? So kono is used for this, close to the speaker. Sono is used for that, close to the listener. Ano is used for that, over there, far from both the speaker and the listener. And dono, which means which, and it is used in questions. Now let's see some sentence structure in present tense. So first is kono and then noun and then wa particle and then this in formal and the in informal. So the example is kono hon wa omoshiroi desu, means this book is interesting. The next example is sono hito wa sensei desu, means that person is a teacher. Now let's see some now let's see present negative structure. First is kono, then noun, then wa particle, and denwarimasen in formal and janai in informal way. So the first example is kono kuruma wa atarashiku nai desu, means that car over there is not new. And the next example is dono mise mo aite imasen, means none of the stores are open. And this is past tense structure. First is kono plus noun plus wa particle and then deshita informal and datta mean informal. So the first example is kono eiga wa omoshirokatta, means this movie was interesting. The next example is sono kaban wa takakatta desu, means that bag was expensive. And the present negative structure is kono plus noun plus wa particle and then denwarimasen deshita in formal and janakatta in informal. So the example is ano restaurant wa oishiku nakatta desu, means that restaurant wasn't delicious. The next example is dono kyokasho mo yaku ni tatanakatta desu, means none of the textbooks are useful. Now let's see some example of kono, means this, and it is near the speaker. So the first one is kono hon wa omoshiroi desu, means this book is interesting. The next is kono tsukue wa ookii desu, means this desk is big. The next is kono eiga o miimashita ka, means did you watch this movie? The next example is kono kaban wa totemo karui desu. Means this bag is very light. The next example is kono hana wa kirei desu ne. Means this flower is beautiful, isn't it? The next is kono keiki wa amakunai desu. Amakunai desu means this cake is not sweet. The next example is kono pasogon wa atarashii desu. Means this computer is new. The next is kono mondai wa muzukashii desu. Means this problem is difficult. The next example is kono restaurant wa ninki ga arimasu. Means this restaurant is popular. The last example of kono is kono tokei wa totemo takai desu. Means this watch is very expensive. Now let's see some example of sono. Means that hear the listener. The first one is sono hon wa toshokan no desu ka? Means is that book from the library? The next is sono issue o tsukatte kudasai. Means please use that chair. The next example is sono eiga wa omoshirokatta desu. Means that movie was interesting. The next example is sono hito wa watashi no tomodachi desu. Means that person is my friend. The next example is sono inu wa totemo ookii desu ne. Means that dog is very big. Is not it? The next example is sono kaban wa totemo yasui desu. Means that bag is very cheap. The next example is sono fuku wa oshare desu ne. Means that clothing is very stylish. The next example is sono ryori wa oishiku nagatta desu. Means that dish was not delicious. The next example is sono shashin wa dare ga totte no. Means who took that photo. The next example is sono hon wa sude ni yomimashita. Means I have already read that book. Now let's see some examples of ano. Now let's see some example of ano. Means that over there, far from both the speaker and the listener. So the first one is ano yama wa totemo takai desu. Means that mountain over there is very tall. The next example is ano tatemono wa furui desu ne. Means that building over there is old, isn't it? And the next example is ano hashi wa totemo nagai desu. Means that bridge over there is very long. The next example is ano koen ni itta koto ga arimasu ka? Means have you ever been to that park over there? The next example is ano sensei wa yashashi desu. Means that teacher over there is kind. The next example is ano kasho no namae o shitte imasu ka? Means do you know that singer's name? And the next example is ano restaurant wa takaka katta desu. Means that restaurant over there was expensive. The next is ano eiga wa yumei desu ne. Means that movie over there is famous. The next example is ano kuruma wa dare no desu ka? Means whose car is that over there? Now let's see some examples of dono. Means which, and it is used in questions. So the first one is Dono hon ga ichiban omoshiroi desu ka? Means which book is the most interesting. The next is Dono mise ga yasui desu ka? Means which store is cheap. The next one is Dono eiga ga ichiban sugi desu ka? Means which movie do you like the most. The next is Dono iro ga suki desu ka? Means which color do you like. The next is Dono michi ga tadashi desu ka? Means which road is correct. The next example is Dono sumaho ga ichiban atarashi desu ka? Means which smartphone is the newest. The next is Dono sensei ga tanto desu ka? Means which teacher is in charge. The next is Dono camera ga ninki desu ka? Means which camera is popular. The next is Dono densha ga Tokyo ni ikimasu ka? Means which train goes to the Tokyo. The next is Dono ryori ga ichiban oishii desu ka? Means which dish is the most delicious. Now let's see some types of question and the answer in this format. The first question is Kono hon wa nan desu ka? Means what is this book? So the answer would be Kono hon wa jishou desu. Means this is a dictionary. So the next question is Sono kaban wa dare no desu ka? Means whose bag is that? So the answer would be Sono kaban wa watashi no desu. So the next question is Ano tademono wa nan desu ka? Means what is that building over there? So the answer would be Ano tademono wa gakkou desu. Means that building over there is a school. Our next question is Dono pan ga anata no desu ka? Means which pen is yours? So the answer would be Kono pan ga watashi no desu. Means this is mine. So the next question is Dono eiga ga suki desu ka? Means which movie do you like? So the answer would be Kono eiga ga suki desu. Means I like this movie. So the next question is Sono restaurant wa oishii desu ka? Is that restaurant delicious? So the answer would be Hai means yes. Totemo oishii desu. Yes, it is very delicious. So the next question is Ano hito o shitte imasu ka? Means do you know that person over there? So the answer would be Hai. Shitte imasu means yes, I know them. And next question is Dono machi ga tadashi desu ka? Means which road is correct? So the answer would be Kono machi ga tadashi desu. Means this road is correct. So the next question is Ano kaban koen ni itta koto ga arimasu ka? Means have you ever been to that park over there? So the answer would be Hai means yes, arimasu. Means yes, I have. So the last question is Dono sumaho ga ichiban ii desu ka? Means which smartphone is the best? So answer would be Kono sumaho ga ichiban ii desu. Means this smartphone is the best.